Good morning. Happy Thursday, Holiday Old Family. Josh in the Youth Room for Throwback Thursday. And today's Throwback Thursday takes us all the way to the ancient times of 2007. Ivan Seidenberg was the CEO of Verizon, and he was at a new, consumer market, debut kind of thing. And he was sitting next to Disney CEO Bob Iger. And you notice Bob Iger was playing with something that looked like a cell phone, but didn't look like any cell phone Ivan had ever seen before. And again, he worked for Verizon. And he looked at Bob Iger and said, "What's that you got there?" And Iger immediately just discreetly puts it in his pocket and doesn't really say much about it, although he does admit later to Ivan, "This thing's going to change the world." Ivan's like, "This must be some kind of Apple product or something," because Steve Jobs is a member of the board of Disney. So it would make sense that, Jobs would probably float something over to Bob Iger and test out and try out. In 2007, Steve Jobs debuted the iPhone, the very first one. And again, 2007, that was 14 years ago. What we now know today and generally called the smartphone has existed for 14 years. Teenagers today do not know a time when the smartphone did not exist. Take a moment to appreciate that reality. But here's where our story gets interesting. Steve Jobs goes to Verizon, and he has questions about their technology. And it was very clear that Steve was not a fan of the way Verizon was doing things. They weren't really on the cutting edge. They weren't doing things that Steve thought a cell phone company, a communications company should be doing. As a result, the schematics for the iPhone wouldn't fit for Verizon's system. In order for it to work, iPhone would have to change everything to make it fit for Verizon. Ivan, the CEO of Verizon, asked Steve, will you change the phone around? Can you make it to where it'll fit for Verizon's network? And his response was, "Nah, I don't think so," and walked away. The iPhone debuted exclusively with Verizon competitor AT&T and was like that for several years. It was around this point that Verizon realized, we have to change with the time. This is going to be the invention that changes everything, and we are going to miss out on it and go the way of the dinosaur if we don't realize the importance of changing and changing now. They did. And you can now have your iPhone on Verizon Wireless. The smartphone in general, whether you go iPhone, whether you're team iPhone or team Android, has changed the game forever. Most people in our congregation do not carry a hard copy Bible anymore. It's on their phone. It's a wonderful, crazy, amazing world in which we live in. What do we learn from this today? Change is going to happen whether or not we want it to happen. Time moves forward with or without you. Move with it. Change with the times. I think it was Thomas Jefferson who said it like this: "In the ways of fashion, move like the current, but in the ways of principle, stand like a rock." Discern the difference between fashion and culture versus principle. And when it comes to fashion and cultures, well, move with the times and change. Take care, and God bless.